What's good, everybody? Neighborhood niggas checking in. Good in the hood. And today, I want to talk to y'all about frequencies. 5G frequencies. Alright, man. So let's get started. So, let's answer a simple question, alright? What is a frequency? Because there's so much talk right now about 5G towers being built. Oh, frequency this, frequency that. What is a frequency? Okay, so brought to you by Google. The frequency is the rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave, either in material or electromagnetic. Alright, so with that being said, when we break down the term frequency, one word that sticks out to me in particular is your vibration. Alright? And we can paint a picture, a correlation between vibration, your vibes, your energy, your frequency. You see the connection there? Okay, so when it comes to your vibrations, everything on this plane is at a state of movement. Alright? Particles, a minute piece of matter, alright, which contains atoms. Atoms are constantly moving, right? So even solids have atoms. They're just moving so slow that you can't pass through it, right? So let's bring this all full circle. Okay? Your frequency. You have control over the frequency that you have. You as a human being. One thing the source has given us is power over the mind. You have the option to raise your vibrations or not. So there's a whole big scare right now because of 5G. 5G towers being built, this, that, the other. Now, yes, on one circumstance, when you do your research, if you're in close proximity between some of these towers, yes, there can be some harmful effects to your body based on what people are saying. But this is something that we're not going to be able to escape, alright? Yeah, there are people who you can go to a third world country, you can go live in the forest or whatever, that's cool. But the natural frequency of the planet has risen. It's raised. It's no longer what it was, okay? When you wake up in the morning nowadays, you probably feel it, because I know I do. I wake up and I'm like, wow, what's this feeling like? It just feels different. Like, it don't feel like it felt 2019. It don't feel like it. And obviously, with what's going on in the news constitutes the same thing. Like, it's not the same. We're not living in the same type of paradigm. The paradigm is shifting, okay? So, we have the natural ability to raise or lower our frequency. So, with the natural frequency of the planet being raised, it's important that we as human beings also raise our frequency. Let's break this down. A lot of people like to talk about global warming. When things heat up, that means that there's friction between it. It is faster movement. So us being, energy beings, and a lot of people are going through this awakening period right now. So the frequency of majority of the planet is starting to rise. So the vibrations are getting higher. That means that the movement is faster, so that produces heat, natural heat. You see the ice caps melting, land being revealed. We're about to start, seeing species we've never seen before, or endangered species are starting to come back out in the public eye, okay? All this is happening because of something natural. Now, this social distancing that we got going on is very essential, because it's basically the universe forcing everybody to go into solitude. Now, if you're somebody who was already quote unquote woke, or you were, aware, your awareness was, at such a point where you could kind of see the way the world was shifting, then you already experienced social distancing. You actually probably like it. You meditate, you know what I'm saying? You spend time with yourself to get to know who you are as a person. Well, the universe is naturally doing this for everybody right now. We got the coronavirus pushing everybody together in their homes, not together, but into solitude or with their family. So it's a lot of inner work being done right now. All right. Global warming is, all of this stuff is connected. There is a similar thread between all of these things that are going on. So the picture I'm painting right here is that with the natural awakening of everybody else, the planet is starting to heat up. Okay, because we are energy beings. We can transfer energy. It can't be, or transmute energy. It can't be created nor destroyed, right? So we are naturally having this effect on the planet, whether you know it or not. So like I was saying, 5G is something that we can't avoid, because in this new world, there's only one way to go, is up. I mean, you can stay stagnant. That's perfectly fine. Do what you want to do, because you're the captain of your own fate. All right. But I will say, if you don't, choose to raise your vibration, you'll get caught in a loop, and it'll probably be a loop of fear. Fear is constantly running rampant right now on this plane. You see it every day with the virus. You see it every day. You see it with just everything that's going on. You can't walk down the street and cough. Somebody will roll their window down and yell at you or tell you to go home, or get inside, or what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? People are afraid to dap each other up right now. You can't even, I go to the park, you can't even really walk. People have their gloves and their mask on at the park. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you have a choice to live in fear or to raise your vibrations, raise your frequency. We talk about it in our songs all the time. We're like, oh man, the vibe is right. Oh, the vibe is fire in here. Like, oh, this is the other. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that. You can feel that energy. So it's something that's real. Now, there are different ways to raise your frequency, your vibrations. There are different ways to do that. Me personally, what I like to do is I like to go out in nature. I like to go for a walk. I like to plant my feet in the ground, take my shoes off, my socks off, and actually let my feet touch the soil, touch the grass, let it run in between my toes. Like, that is something that raises your frequency. You put your hands up like this. Anytime you put your hands up, you be like, oh man. That's why when you in church or whatever, you praise and worshiping, they put their hands up. You naturally connecting to source. Okay? The foods that you eat, if you're eating foods that get their energy from sunlight, those are foods that will naturally raise your vibrations, your frequency. Working out, exercising raises your vibrations. Music that we listen to. Now, I will say this. On the topic of music, when it comes to us as human beings, we have a natural frequency that's 432 hertz. Okay? That is the sound wave that is created by that certain frequency. Now, right now, we're living in a time period where most music, because I work in the music industry, when we bouncing down songs, most of the time, the hertz that is in is 440 hertz. That naturally goes against the harmony, the natural frequency of a human being. So you wonder why a lot of the music out here right now, we're like, it's distasteful, or we're like, oh, that ain't gonna last 10, 20 years from now, or it's all, degrading, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that has occurred because of the frequency that we're releasing this music. They're like divine frequencies that can raise your vibrations. You know, if you've ever seen like a sound table, all right, and you see people put like sand or salt on the sound table, when they vibrate it at a certain frequency, it makes it form shapes. Okay, all right. So naturally, if you listen to these different type of frequencies, you see how the sand connects instantly when the frequency is being vibrated. Well, when you listen to certain sounds, it connects your DNA, it heals you, it like opens your mind. It starts to rearrange things that were arranged wrongfully before. That's why, you know, music is power. Music is basically light for the ears. Same way we got light for the eyes, music is light for the ears. So there is, you know, power in the type of frequency that you project and the type of frequency that you let within you. If you're familiar with the 7 Hermetic principles, or, you know, the universal laws, then you will understand and you will know that the principle of vibration, everything is in a constant motion. All right? Emotion. Everything is in a constant state of motion. So, you know, you have the ability, the power to instantly change your vibrations. Now, it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? But things are very simple though. There is a simple way of doing things. But let me just go ahead and read this definition for you. You know, the principle of vibration explains the differences between different manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit. So the results largely from varying rates of vibration. So spirit vibrates so fast that it's practically at rest. Okay? He that understands the principle of vibration has grasped the secret to power. Okay? So with all the news going around about the 5G towers and things of that nature, yeah, you know, there are things that you can do to prepare yourself for that, which include raising your vibrations. There are certain like crystals and things of that nature that offset certain EMT waves, you know, but the answers are out there. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is natural. We're at a time right now where we're basically in, like, I had a shout out to Lucid Living. She basically said in the video, and this really resonated with me, that, you know, right now we're in like how you have BC and AD, you have before Christ. Well, we're like in the borderline between like before Corona, and she referred to AD as AL, after life, because with the information that is coming out right now, people are choosing life. You know, in a sense, we were dead back in the day, because it's like we didn't realize, you know, what we realized, but we weren't really utilizing the natural connections that we have to the planet, and we weren't even realizing who we are as human beings, us being multi-dimensional beings. You know, we are pretty much wake up, go to work, go to sleep, you know what I'm saying, that same routine. Well, yeah, afterlife, before Corona, we're at a time right now where we're at the cusp of a new life, of a new world. Okay? Things will never be the same after this. Alright? And it's up to you in order to position yourself in a way where you'll prosper and your family will prosper and the generations to come. You know, a lot of this information is out there, but it's up to you, you know, to pay attention to it or not. You know, and honestly, you know, there's going to be a choice soon where it's like you can choose to not believe in something that is very present, and I'm not talking about religious beliefs or anything, I'm just talking about the truth. Or you can rather live in a lie. But just because the lie is comfortable doesn't mean that it's good for you. You know? Let's continue to all raise our vibrations. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, go ahead and DM us on Neighborhood Niggas on Instagram. We also have a TikTok and Twitter. Go ahead and follow us on those pages, and we'll follow you back. Show some love. All right.